Alright, now this video is going to be all about the distributive property. You use the distributive property anytime you see a number right next to parentheses and then there's more than one value inside the parentheses. So we know that if a number is right next to parentheses, it means multiply. So the first thing we have to do is multiply the outside number times both values on the inside. So 7 times 2 is 14. And then the part everybody forgets is multiplying 7 times the x, which will just be 7x. And then we have that equal to 91. And here we have our two-step equation. We're going to subtract 14 because this is a positive 14. So we're going to subtract 14 on both sides. So we have these 14's cancel. We have 7x equals, and then 91 minus 14 is 77. And our last step, 7 times x, we have to divide by 7 because it's the opposite. And these 7's cancel. So x equals 77 divided by 7, which is 11. And then we are going to go over here on the side and check our work. I'm going to rewrite the equation. 7, and then we have 2 plus x equals 91. And I'm going to rewrite it so that our 11 is in place of that x. So we have 7, and then 2 plus 11. See if that equals 91. So whenever we look at PEMDAS, you do what's inside parentheses first. So inside the parentheses we have 2 plus 11, and that equals 13. And so we have now 7 times 13, which is 91. Since 91 equals 91, we are correct, and we know we are correct. Now let's move on to the second problem. Again, this is the distributive property. We're going to multiply this 2 times both values on the inside of the parentheses. 2 times 5x is going to be 10x. And then 2 times negative 6 is negative 12. I'll draw my balance line. We have 88 equals 10x minus 12. From here we are going to add 12 on both sides. These 12's cancel and we have 10x left over. And 88 plus 12 is 100. Then our last step is going to be divide by 10. And 100, or these 10's cancel, sorry. And then x equals 100 divided by 10, which is 10. And that's what our final answer is. But to make sure, we're going to check our work. I'm going to copy this over here. 88 equals 2 times 5x minus 6. And now I'm going to rewrite it so that 10 is plugged in. 88 equals 2, and then 5 times 10 minus 6. And then we do our PEMDAS. So we have to do what's inside the parentheses. But since we have multiplication and subtraction, we have to multiply first. So 5 times 10 is 50. And then we still have this 50 minus 6 in parentheses. And we aren't done with our parentheses, so I'm going to do 50 minus 6, which is 44. And we have this 2 on the outside. So now we do 2 times 44, which is 88. And since that is where we started, we know we are correct. Alright, this last problem that we're going to do has 2 different negatives, and this is kind of a place where people struggle. So I'm going to do negative 2 times 6x, which is negative 12x. And then I'm going to do negative 2 times negative 2, which is positive 4. And that's equal to 16. I'm going to go ahead and draw my balance line. From here, we're going to subtract 4 from both sides. These 4's cancel, so I have negative 12x equals 12, because 16 minus 4 is 12. And our last step is going to be divide by negative 12 on both sides. These negative 12's cancel, so I have x left on this side, and 12 divided by negative 12 is negative 1. And lastly, I'm going to check my answer. I'm going to rewrite the problem. Negative 2, 6x minus 2 equals 16. And then I'm going to substitute in that negative 1 where that x is. So negative 2 and 6 times negative 1 minus 2 equals 16. Again, our order of operations says we have to do what's inside the parentheses first. And within that, we have to multiply. So 6 times negative 1 is negative 6. And then we just keep the minus 2 on the outside of the parentheses and the 1 on the inside. We're not done with what's inside our parentheses, so we're going to do negative 6 minus 2, which is negative 8. And now we have negative 2 times negative 8, which is positive 16, which is what we have up here. So we have checked it, and we know we are correct. Now I want you guys to do the next few problems on this worksheet and make sure you're checking all of your answers.